On the outback roads of Australia, the going gets real tough. You need to have a vehicle that stands up in the rough. You cannot have a pussy car, it has to be a ute, with diesel puffing from the pipes, oh you bloody ute. Electric cars won't work out here, their batteries will go flat. There ain't no fancy chargers here, so tell the greenies that. If you wanna charge them up out here, you'll need to plug 'em in to a diesel generator, boys. Be Jesus, what a sin. Australia is a great big place with cities by the shore, and most of us cling to the coast, but some of us want more. To get around we need our utes to tow our caravans, 'cause governments cajoled us into seeing our great land. Electric utes won't tow my van, 'cause they don't have no grunt. The ones upon the market now are puny little runts. To get an EV strong enough, the makers say don't panic. The next gen of our batteries will be bigger than Titanic. They'll weigh 2 tons and they will be so powerful you'll bleed. They'll have so much power to take care of all your needs. They cost so much to charge them up, I can almost hear you rant. Australia now might need to build some nuclear power plants. Please don't take my ute away, I love that diesel roar. I can't afford an EV ute 'cause I'm so bloody poor. My weekend will be lost to me if EVs come to pass. So take your bloody EV utes and stick 'em up your ass. Oh, please don't take my ute away, I love that diesel roar. I can't afford an EV ute 'cause I'm so very poor. My weekend will be lost to me if EVs come to pass. So take your bloody EV utes and stick 'em up your ass. You take your bloody EV utes and stick 'em up your ass. I hitched the camper trailer to that Nissan 4x4, and as the sun was coming up, I headed north for shore. The wheels was humming nicely as the diesel engine sang. I watched the road for roofs ahead, and then I heard a bang. Watched the road for roofs ahead, and then I heard a bang. The tire just exploded and I nearly wet my pants. I found the spare was flat and so I had to take a chance. I got the pump out from the back and plugged the socket in. Then the pump just shattered and you should have heard the din. Then the pump just shattered and you should have heard the din. By this time I'd had enough of all this bloody crap. Then I phoned the pretty wife to say I'm turning back. I found the phone was out of range, I couldn't make the call. Just another problem then to help my blood to boil. Just another problem then to help my blood to boil. The cars and vans were passing by, not one of them would stop. They must have thought I was a crook or maybe was a cop. I must have looked a sorry sight just standing by the truck. Then I sent a prayer upstairs which must have changed my luck. Then I sent a prayer upstairs which must have changed my luck. A van was coming on up the road with Dunlop on its side. The driver stopped and said to me, "Get in, we'll take a ride. I'm going to the depot, grab your spare and grab your hat. I'm sure the boys will help you out, let them take care of that. I'm sure the boys will help you out, let them take care of that." To cut this sorry saga short, those boys they fixed the flat. To all at Dunlop Tire Shop, to you I tips my hat. Now when I go on the road I always take 2 spares. I take 2 pumps, 2 spare rims and then I have no cares. I take 2 pumps, 2 spare rims and then I have no cares. My little brother Larry found some clippers in a drawer. Now my sister Becky doesn't have her hair no more. 'Cause while she was asleep last night he turned those clippers on. And when dear Becky woke she found that all her hair was gone. She used to have blonde ringlets, they went down to her bum. But Larry cut them all right off, she's screaming out to Mum. I got no hair, my head's all bare and Larry's got a grin. I'm gonna chase him down the stair and then I'll strangle him. Becky's got no hair and Larry's grinning like a cat. And all that Mum can say is you can always wear a hat. Larry, you were grounded for 5 days after school. And stop that silly grinning 'cause it makes you look a fool. Now as the older brother who was watching from the side, I felt that I was neutral and I didn't need to hide. But when dear mother asked me why I didn't lock the drawer, the blame was coming fast at me, that's what I quickly saw. Being older sometimes is the short end of the stick, and looking after siblings, that's enough to make you sick. It wasn't me who did the deed and cut off Becky's hair, so I made very quick retreat and I hid beneath the stair. Larry is a devil, Becky's sure to get him back. She'll probably wait until tonight and then she will attack. I don't know what the plan will be, she might set him aflame. But one thing that I can be sure, I'll surely get the blame. Now as the older brother who was hid beneath the stair, I felt that I was neutral and it really wasn't fair. Mum would still accuse me of not locking a clipper drawer. Her words still chasing after me and I ran towards the door. The words still chasing after me as I ran towards the door.
What you just listened to was some songs that I wrote and recorded at home some time ago, a couple of different things. But I'm going to put them up and see. I'm interested in this copyright thing, just to see if anybody pings any of those for copyright infringements. We're approaching Kaiguna, so I've been on the road now just under 2 hours, 20 minutes under 2 hours. So I think I'll stop here and get a coffee. There was also a sign that said we're in the Western time zone and turn your clocks back 45 minutes, but my clock is actually back anyway. And this is the start of the Nullarbor 90-mile straight. No, it's not, is it? That's what the sign said. Well, I think it's the golf links thing. Where's this guy going? Wait for this bloke here that's in the grey car because I need to get into that pump on the right hand side. Okay, a little cup of tea in Kaiguna, fueled up again. Oh, it is the 90-mile straight. Look, this is the longest straight stretch, 146.6. Well, there you go. So we're now going to head straight for 146.6. Balladonia is 181. Norseman 374, that's where we're heading. Norseman. Goody goody. Caution, stray animals. There's a lot of these dongers being taken across, all the same sort. Blue and cream. I just wonder where they're heading. Because I've seen an awful lot of them, you know, in the last couple of days. Maybe there's a new mine site somewhere or whatever. Who knows? I don't know if anybody... it's very hard to comprehend the size of this state of Western Australia. It's... I haven't got the figures right in front of me, but I'm looking and I'm thinking... I entered the state of WA at Euclid yesterday, and I probably travelled 400 or 500 k's, and yet between the border and where I am domiciled is over 1,000 kilometres, and there is not very much in between. What's this guy here? See if he's okay. Oh yeah, there's a couple. He's towing something. There's two of them. Anyway, they're just, you know, when you look out ahead, we've still got, I've done 28 kilometres of that 146.6, let's say 147 kilometres of a straight road, and that's before you actually, you turn a corner, a bend, left and then right, before you actually realise that you've stopped going straight. And then we've got a few k's on to Norseman, and then from Norseman I can't even, well I could, depending on the time of day that I got there, but that's another 600 and something kilometres to get to Albany via Esperance. And Esperance is 455 kilometres from Albany. So Esperance is probably the remotest town on the south coast, followed by Albany. I suppose as an example, if you look out to the left and where to the border, you could probably fit the state of Victoria just into that one little slice of Western Australia, south east Western Australia. Fit Victoria in there. Sorry Victorians, I don't mean to disparage your little state. I guess the reason I'm saying these things is the fact that, as far as I'm concerned, there are sort of two Australias. There's the city folk, you know, who cling to the coast, and there's people who live in the outback or they live in remoter areas, and the city folk are the ones who have all the political power, and so they tend to dictate what happens in this country. And yet, you know, and I cite these electric vehicles as an example. You know, everybody is so quick to jump on the bandwagon and say, oh, we've got to stop the pollution. Well, where's the pollution? Out here, right? And the pollution is caused in the city. So if you want your electric vehicles, have them in the city by all means, yeah, but don't impose it on the rest of Australia. Out here, there's half of the damn country out in this state, and everywhere I go, It's beautiful skies, the air is clear, you can breathe it. Mainly because we don't live in the cities. We've got one major city. The rest of it is open country, and yet the politics dictate that we're going to have electric vehicles. Look at that truck there. Can you imagine trying to haul all those goods with a bloody electric truck? You've got to be off your face. You're an idiot if you believe that. So stick to your electric vehicles in your cities where you pollute it all. You all jump in your cars and go to work and go to your shops. Out here, it's a necessity. It's not a luxury, and we're paying for it through the diesel. The last fill that I did was $2.46 a litre. The highest I paid across the Nullarbor was $2.63, and all you mongrels down in the cities all say, oh, it's way too expensive. Well, cop it, and cop it sweet. Sorry, but there's a rant, because that's a thing that's very, very close to my chest, is all this dictating that happens by eastern states people about what should happen in this country. But it affects everybody. Just remember that when you start spouting your greeny stuff. I just saw this caravan swerve out of the way, and I think it's a bicyclist. Yes, here we go, another one riding across the Nullarbor. You won't pollute anything, pal. That was the guys that were up at the side of the road. He's got a fair load on. He swags. His little King's tent now. Where's his mate? His mate's going to come up behind. No, he's hanging back for a while. Comes. Oh, we've got the ski-doo as well. Where have you been? Obviously at the water somewhere. I love this. You're coming along at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and then somebody, there's no car behind me, and they pull out. It's actually the guy with the skidoo. He must have pulled over again, so that's twice that I've seen him. Maybe his skidoo's slipping off its trail. Just to show you, I'm still on the straight stretch. Here we go now, Maledonia 70. Maledonia, I think, is just around the bend from when we come off the straight stretch. There's another oversized load. Oh, he's a biggie. We'll move over for him. There's two of them. Oh, big mining things. Who knows? They're huge. Maledonia 50. We're coming up to a 24-hour stopping place called Nullarbor. W-O-O-R-L Bra. And that's off to the left there. Looks okay. This is for future reference. Oh yeah, you can go in there and camp up the back and do your thing. Now that is, we're 136 from, where did I stay last night? That place, Madura. You've got to remember. So we'll be coming to the end of this 146.6 mile stretch very shortly. I must be getting close to home, not these two. Well, let me look, no. But 2 cars before those 2 caravans that passed me were both from Albany. You can always tell because they have a number plate that starts with A, unlike mine, which is a state plate. I am only 783 kilometres from home, and it is only 25 minutes to 10. Nah. The Garmin, that man says I wouldn't get in till 10:47 p.m. I think I stopped at this little place on the way over, but it's 5 to 10. Been on the road for a quarter of an hour, less than 4 hours, so that's 3 3/4. And I thought, I'm not going to make it home, as we know, so I may as well just relax, have a coffee, courtesy of motels, and we're going to get into Norseman soon. Not Norseman, Balladonia. We're about 16 k's this side of Balladonia. And I just felt, believe it or not, I just felt like a very fine mist drizzle. And I'm looking over there at the sky, and it sure looks like it could be a bit of rain in the air. Kay did say to me, when she sent me a text yesterday, which I managed to get, and she said the rain was forecast next week, this week. So it looks like I'm going to go back home to rain, but that's okay, because I will be home. That's the good part. So, and I have lots of things to do when I get home. I've got to start looking at the fire breaks. There's a lot of stuff in the bush that needs to be burnt, so I'll have to do all that. That car needs to be looked at. I'm going to find a decent mechanic and go get them one that I can actually trust to do some work on it and diagnose some things. So I'm going to ask them, find one and say, can you go over that with a fine-tooth comb and let me know what needs to be done? Short of buying another car, which you're buying somebody else's troubles, I know that car. All I need is what needs to be done. Let's get it done. I think that's really what I've come down to thinking should happen. Cheers. This might be the last sunshine that I see for some time, so I'll turn this off. As a matter of interest, this is my setup. Ryan said it looked like the cockpit of the space shuttle or something similar. I have here my reversing camera, 2 GPSs, and as you can see, 2 GoPros, plus over there I have my iPad thingy, which is also a GPS. That's on Google offline maps. And then over in the corner we have all my USB ports and also the holder for my phone. And down in here I have a parrot thing which I can't never get to work out here. And then you can see that my passenger seat looks like a tip. The back seat, you've probably seen on the other things, also looks like a tip. These are all these unnecessary things that I think I don't need to carry anymore. So I'll have to have a really good close look. Anyway, that's the setup as it goes, folks. So you can see when I'm driving along how I talk to you, and there's the one that takes all the pictures of the road. Diesel. Please do not move your vehicle before payment. Well, I won't. Okay, right. So 221638. no sticker on it. It's obviously been reported. We're travelling in, this is what's called the Fraser Range. And it sneaks up on you actually, and it's quite a substantial slope. You can feel the car sort of struggling. If you don't keep the revs up, you don't actually realise that you're climbing quite considerably, I think. Similar to that place out of Port Augusta where the wind farms were. And when I was originally taking the camper trailer up there, I thought the car had not been fixed because I kept having to drop down a gear. But of course, when I came back down it the other day, I realised how much of a slope there is actually on that. And this Fraser Range here is exactly the same. I've been climbing now for probably about 15 minutes. Not very steep, it doesn't appear to be steep, but it's a gentle, like slope all the way up. And I passed a caravan before, and he is nowhere left in the distance. It just shows you, and every time I get to the top, like there's the horizon out there, I think, oh, we're going to go down a hill, but we don't. That probably gives you a better view. If you look over to the left, you'll see there's some hills. Well, this is all part of the Fraser Range. You wouldn't call them mountains, but they are, it takes a bit of getting up. Now we're going to start going down a little bit. Yeehaw! It just seems to be my luck. I just come over the bloody brow of a hill and two caravans pull out. They've been at the Fraser Range sheep station. It never fails. And it's always two of them. What do you put your brakes on for, dickhead? Gee whiz, learn to drive, you silly old fools. God, they have no conception. And then I look in my rear view mirror and they pulled over. They pulled out of the road, they drove about 5k's and then they pull over again. Ah, for God's sake. And then people wonder why I hate those caravans. They're probably all too busy looking for a bloody free campsite because they've spent all their money on their big fancy vans and their big humongous four-wheel drive, so they can't afford it. There's another rant for you. All you caravanners, if you watch this, yeah, give it to me in the comments if you want to. I'll answer you all right. Here's another freebie one for all the little caravanners to go into. Look, you got toilets. You don't need them because you have them in your vans, but you seem to want to park next to them all the time. Go in there. Southern Hills, 24-hour stopping. They don't charge you. It's free. Here's a suggestion. Make it mandatory before anybody is allowed to tow a caravan that they have to sit a test and pass an exam before they're allowed out on the road. There's one that'll really kill you because they make you do it for a boat. You have to get a skipper's ticket if you want to drive even a small boat that's got anything more than a 15 horsepower engine on it, but yet they allow these wankers to get out there with humongous big caravans, got no experience, big four-wheel drive, and they let them on the road. And then they have to travel in pairs because they need to hold each other's hands when they're out there. What's this fashion like down here? Road examiner. Maintenance truck. It's 12:26, 27, according to Karen on the left. So we will again top up the tank. We've done 194 k's and we're going to head towards Esperance. It's so tempting to press on for home, which is 658 k's. I've done it before, but I really don't want to try now. I think when you're on a good thing, stick to it, and I think I'll just head down to Esperance, get a motel room there, and I can get up early in the morning and I can be home by round about lunchtime, which is a good time to get home. Then Kay can take me for coffee. Kidding. Anyway, we're coming now down into Esperance, not Esperance, Norseman. Scenic drive. I don't want to take the scenic drive, I want to go to the fuel thing. All the roads are open. That's good. There's a fuel station down here past the green signs. And that's where we is headed. There's a classic example of what I was talking about. People who have everything, literally. They take on holiday. Maybe that is their whole thing. Okay, no entry that way. We'll go here. Oh, hang on, I'm going the wrong way. I don't want that blue. What's going on? Jeez. Ago, there was some really bad bushfires came through this area, and I'm just looking across, you can see all the spindly trees. They're probably the ones that didn't survive the fire. They were quite catastrophic bushfires, and I actually came through before they started, and I came back through after they had been through. Somewhere I have a video of it. Big Charles, 52 down that road there. Never been there. Might be worth a visit one day down at Peak Charles. Read about it. See what's there. just on the outskirts of Salmon Gums. I've just left it. And you can see from that sign how tempting it is. Albany 581, Esperance 106. But Esperance it's going to be because I've done that road before. There is a shortcut that we take over the Gibson Dalliup Road, which I came in on the way over to Queensland. It saves about 30 k's, but that's not enough to get me into Albany at the right time. So it's Esperance. Okay. This is grass patch. I can't work out what's going on sometimes with these GoPros. I got a message just coming through grass patch there, a big red band across the top which said insufficient room on the card. Well, it tells me, the card actually tells me that there's still about 66 minutes worth of footage on it, so I don't know what goes on with these things. Well, this is welcome to Esperance. I haven't been in Esperance for a long time, so it's going to be a new experience for me as well. So we're going to go into the town centre today. Albany is off to the right there. And we're going to follow that truck. I'm also looking for a fuel station so that I can fill the beast in anticipation of an early start in the morning so that I can get home by lunchtime. And here are all the industrial areas, I think. Rural supplies. There's a Puma, that'll do. Puma will do. They have diesel. We'll pull in there and then on a hook. Diesel's out. We'll go back. Right. 22204. Okay, that'll do.